This is a Headgum original.
Is it a rough spot that you're going through? Are you distraught? Just a little confused? Well, if I were you, and Jake and Amir will give you their spin. They've heard it before and they can help in a pinch. If I were you, I'd email in.
Damn, that was beautiful. Big ups to me for doing the vocals on that one. And who, Amir, you want to shout out the guitarist right there?
We actually know that singer-songwriter. We've used her work before.
It was a co-pro.
Does the name Audrey Scott ring a bell?
Yes. Oh my God. Blast from the past. Austin's Audrey Scott. Is that right?
That's right. And her band, Sick C.
Sick C.
Is no longer a thing, she says. So you can mention the new band, Hex Boyfriend, which is Hex
great
BF
name.
Hex BF Band on Instagram.
I'm gonna follow them right fucking now. That's a great name for a band.
Hex BF Band on Instagram. Do you like Hex Boyfriend instead of ex-boyfriend?
Yeah, that's incredible. It's a great name. And full disclosure, folks, I didn't do the vocals. I feel like I just feel weird robbing Audrey of that honor. It's more something I would do to a one-off theme song submitter, not a day one friend. And I actually humbly accept the turdy for this episode.
Wow, really?
Because I shouldn't have done that to Audrey. And I will take a posthumous golden mic for coming clean and for awarding myself the turdy for that act of service.
Sorry. You're giving yourself the turdy, right?
Yes.
You're getting hot.
And it kills me to do so. It kills me to do so, which is why I'm accepting a posthumous golden mic.
Posthumous as in like after your death or like after this episode?
After my death.
So for this episode, you get the turdy.
I died and went to heaven. Yeah.
And so does anybody get the golden mic?
I got the golden mic. A posthumous golden mic. I don't want to make this about me. It's about Hex Boyfriend and the act of bravery that I committed by by coming clean, really, by apologizing, by humbling myself before the pod.
Right. So
let's move on. Namaste.
Let's move on.org indeed. Got a lot of emails letting us know that Wordle, after all of our hootin' and hollering about how they're indie, they're cool, this guy's not in it for the cash, he's not American, sold to the New York Times yesterday. So we timed that up quite interestingly, actually.
That's correct. They jumped the carp. If I can be perfectly candid, I believe that Wordle has jumped the carp.
Really?
I'm selling my Wordle stock. That's right. I'm out. I think the game is toxic. I think
that's actually a really good starting word.
That's right. But yeah, I think they're gonna try to fucking monetize this thing, and it was beautiful and pure the way it was.
It was beautiful and pure. I don't begrudge Wardle for getting his bag. You have to secure the bag.
I agree. I think that Wardle saw the writing on the wall. He secured the bag, and I commend him for that. And for that reason, I am out. Wardle and I are both out. You know what I mean? He's handed over the reins to the time. Yeah.
And now
he's
you're
sold
also.
And I'm selling.
The question is it going to be part of this? Like, is there like a New York Times gaming app I heard? There was like other word games and they're getting into the fold or something?
I think they said the New York Times said they're not changing anything for now. Keyword being for now.
Yeah.
They don't want there to be an uproar like, oh, hi, we just bought everyone's favorite game and now you have to
pay for
use the New York Times app to, and it might even be free. Like they might, but I think they're going to bring it onto their platform. There's no way that they just let it continue to be powerlanguage.co.uk or whatever.
Right.
It's going to be like, download the New York Times app, Wordle is free, and then everything else you click in the app, that's where they want you.
Do you have that gaming app, that New York Times gaming app? There's like a bunch of games that some of my friends play.
I don't. Jill has it. Jill loves it. I think I talked about this, but I subscribe to the Times. I get the papers on the weekends.
Yeah.
But I don't support their online endeavors. I think it's trash, to be perfectly candid.
Wow. So you're down to pay for the journalism, but you don't want to pay for the game. You're not paying for the Wordle.
I don't like the New York Times online presence at all.
Because
I think they've
put things behind a paywall.
They put things behind a paywall. They've spoiled too many like television shows and events for me. I think that their email behavior is suspect. And yeah, I think I'm a Trump supporter when it comes to the New York Times.
That being said, you are
like
a subscriber.
That being said, I do give them my cash and I support journalism and I like the Times, but I just don't like them being so online about it.
So do you continue your wordling while it's free, or do you plant your flag now? I'm the first one out.
I'm going to keep it up because I'm going to taper it off. Because right now I'm on some family text threads with us sharing Wordle scores, and it's cute and and I like it. It brings me closer to the family. But I will say that our Slack channel has gotten toxic. The Wordle Slack channel.
Let's not name names, but that's really interesting to hear that.
It's you for sure. It's you. And I actually
I got my first two,
right,
that opened my eyes to what Wordle could be and the people that I wanted to surround myself with. Let me finish.
Right. No, go ahead.
Following that up with another two put me on this sort of God complex that I couldn't shake for the better part of a week.
So
I deserve to feel confident.
I'm glad I let you finish because you said it yourself that it gave you a God complex. Here you are today at 11:26 a.m. That's 11:26 a.m. my time. So I guess 8:30 for you. I feel like you're doing this from bed. Okay.
Yes.
You said everyone should get to experience a 2.
And I feel like that. I really do feel that way.
Agreed. And then you said, that being said,
I had to
it would have
it.
happened by now.
Yeah.
If it were in you to get it. So much of this is caps. You said... I'll repeat and notate where the caps are.
Okay.
It would have all caps happen. It would all caps have happened uncaps by now. If it were all caps in you, lowercase 2, all caps get it, and then all caps does the rest lowercase. That makes sense. And then you Jake, you added
you weren't going to respond to that. I was sort of subtweeting you, and I wanted to let you know that was about you specifically and not anybody else.
I respond, this channel was sweet and supportive once. You've made it a toxic place. You respond
use that word a
later.
Lot, yeah.
Because there's no other way to describe what's happening. You say, later, Jake, leave. And then all caps, leave Jake.
And I really felt that way that day. Like, that wasn't
before this, Marika, bless her heart, made a Wordle spreadsheet where she tracks everyone's score. So there's a winner week to week, which is not why I play this game.
Honestly,
which is not what's. I love
that. Obviously, I obviously love that. I love the spirit of that. It's.
I don't like the spirit of that.
It's to quantify everybody's results week over week to see if there is in fact a winner and a loser. Which something I would want to do, but wouldn't have the gumption to actually do. So I'm glad Marika took the reins and made that happen.
Right, because people share their scores in this Slack channel, but not necessarily necessarily
casual.
to be.
Yeah.
It's not. Yeah, it's casual. So it's not necessarily sharing your score to be tallied up for the last several weeks.
Oh,
and
she backdated it. Yeah.
She backdated it.
Yep.
Yeah. So it's like, oh, your score for this week was a -13. Yours is a -9.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that.
Did I win week 2? I mean, yes, I won week 2. Like, I'm not going to apologize for that. It wasn't even my math. Like, Marika told me that I won, and I was happy to have it that way. Right. Did I follow that up with a week 3 victory? Yes, because Grayson took the last day off, so it allowed me to come back. That was fun to have. It was nice to chart my progress and to win a trophy of sorts. A golden Wordle, in a way. So I was happy that Marika did that. Would you be as upset if you got the 2s, if you got the week wins? We'll never know.
Yeah.
But do you continue to play the game and send it to the Slack, or are you putting your foot down?
I'm going to continue. I'm just going to loudly complain about it. And I do think at some point I'll taper off completely. I believe when Wordle moves to the New York... Actually, no, I can say with certainty.
Whoa.
When Wordle moves to the New York Times app, if they do so, I will not be making that migration. I will not be downloading the New York Times app.
Even if it's free.
Especially if it's free.
Even if it costs money.
If it costs money, then I want in. Because that makes it exclusive.
And when I post my score, that means that I can afford $3.99 a month.
Yeah.
It's a badge of honor.
Like Wardle is.
They said he got over $1 million for it.
They said low 6 figures, which is...
I thought low 7 figures. Is that not
sorry,
true?
yeah, low 7. No, low 7.
Yeah.
So it's over $1 million. I don't think it's just one. I don't think he lets go of it for less than 1 after taxes. So I feel like he's getting 2.7. That's my guess.
Which is pretty insane considering it's not like a game he invented. Like, I guess this has been a game show on the Game Show Network called Lingo, where it's basically this game exactly. It's based on a board game that people have been playing for decades called Mastermind. Like, he just made it slightly different. And the Times were like, we'll give you $1 million for this version of it.
Yeah, but they're not paying him for the game. They're paying him for the users. There's millions of people using it every single day.
That's right.
Like, yeah.
I wonder if it would work as a 6-letter version. Like, we're going to run out of 5-letter words. You think 6 letters too much?
Yeah. And I don't think we're going to run out of 5-letter words.
All right. I think 6 sort of opens it up too, because I've sort of conquered 5. So I'm wondering if there's like a...
Let me see. How many 5-letter words are there? There are more than 158,000 5-letter words.
Yeah.
If Wordle is only once a day, I feel like, even when you start getting in the 600 range, you can circle back. No one's ever going to be like, oh wait, this was an answer 2 years ago.
Yeah.
I can barely remember last week.
I'll never forget
unless Noel comes up.
What about Sharp? It's a pretty solid opening one. Have you changed your strategy at all?
I did start doing like very patriotic ones. I do proud and brave.
Just in case the Times sort of wants to reward that behavior. I did cucks and Trump.
I think together they sound overly patriotic, but individually you could imagine brave being one.
I tried eagle and golden eagle. Golden eagle didn't work. Yesterday was very funny. I can show you. You did today's, right?
Yes.
So my first guess was often, OFTEN. And then I was just like filling in random sounds for the second one. And I accidentally hit enter and it like entered the word. I'm like, no, I didn't mean to send that. So my second guess was toper.
Oh but my God.
The E was in the same place. I obviously didn't mean that.
Yeah. Oh man, I hate when that happens.
I hate gain anything. Fortunately, I was still able to close in on those, but
So that basically means it, like you should have been able to get it in too, because Topper didn't give you any new letters.
Yeah, all it told me was that the T, it started with a T, which was nice.
Right, which is nice, and it shows you that your O had been in enough places that it needed to be. It's not going to end in the O. Yeah,
but the E wasn't. The E wasn't a helpful nudge. It wasn't a good clue, and I didn't mean to actually write. But that's another example.
And you also would never guess Topper.
Right,
like, that's not going to be.
Topper is an example of a word that they will allow you to guess, but would never be the Wordle of the day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and that's why I know you're not on Twitter, but I submitted my name to be a Wordle writer. I think I really have my pulse on what would be good words and what would be bad words, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, Cucks is pretty fun.
Yeah, Cucks is good. This is what I submitted to Wordle in case he was looking for writers. I wonder if he'll still, like, he's sort of the mastermind behind it. Will he continue to be the guy that comes up with words, or if the Times like,
we don't know what that deal structure is. Like, if it feels more like he would be like, yes, you can have this for $2 million and I'll walk away forever because I don't care.
Yeah. Or he's like, no, you're ruining it. I would never do.
Right. Or is it like, all right, you're going to give me $2 million and I come and I'm going to work at the Times and I'll be a Wordle guy. I want a Wordle team.
That's cool. He has a briefcase.
Is he a Times employee? Does Wordle work for the Times?
Yeah, like, does he come up with new games now? All right, this is my list of words that I think would be good Wordle words. Potentially good guessing words, too.
Yeah.
Time, T-H-Y-M-E.
You know what's funny? I tried time today on today's clue, which is those.
Oh, wow. So you got green, green, gray, gray, green?
I believe I did. Let me look.
3 greens on the first guess?
No, it wasn't my first. It was not my first guess.
Jesus, could you imagine?
If it was, that would have been fucking so good. God damn. Yeah, that's what happened.
Brave. Shoot. Yeah, time. There you go.
Yeah. I thought it was good. I was like, oh, there's no way it's not time, because those just seems like it's too easy.
Yeah, like when they did could last week, it's like not even a word I think about.
Yeah, actually, with like could and those, those are pretty lame words. I miss Knoll. I miss crimp.
But I like that it's not just always a noun that's 5 letters.
Yeah, that's fair. So you're saying time would be a good one, and I proved your point by guessing it, thinking that would be in line with Wordle.
7.
Not bad. Not great. Not bad.
Zebra.
Better.
Graph.
Pass.
Comet, which I think we've talked about before, would be a good one.
Yes, I often guess comet.
Remit. Kind of get people a little upset. What is that word? But it's still a 4 letter.
Tacky. It's a little tacky.
By the way, tacky
would be good. Is really good.
And lastly, handy.
Nice. Handy is good. I
sort
like
of an
handy.
homage to Jumpy, but a little different. Anyway, Wordle, if you're listening, we love the opportunity.
And he is.
Actually, 7 and 8 would both be good ones. Numbers is 5 letter words.
That's why I don't think that numbers are. That it's not clean. I don't like it.
It's not in
sloppy.
The spirit of the game. You wouldn't understand.
No. You're always trying to bring math into shit. You love fucking numbers.
Yeah. Maria could also share the number 1. What about Quake?
Quake's not bad.
Yeah, we haven't had a Q1 in a while. Have we had a Q1 since we started playing?
I've never seen a Q1 since I started playing.
I think we had Query once, but maybe that was before your time.
We would have been. Yeah.
All right. Thanks for the Wordle catch up, everybody. Hope you guys are playing for now. Before this entire thing is over /
until
canceled
it jumps the carp
/ ruined for selling out. All right, let's take a break. Come back after these messages and answer some questions. Oh, I should say this is If I Were You, the only advice podcast on the internet hosted by us. I'm Amir.
Josh.
Bye. Thank you to Helix Sleep for sponsoring this episode of our show.
Yes. Love Helix.
Jake, you sleep on a Helix mattress
every single night.
So you know how good a Helix mattress is, and you know how they make it so good for you?
Because one takes an exam to make sure that you are nailed with that perfect mattress for a perfect night's rest.
Yeah.
Not everyone can pass the test because it is physical, it is mental.
No. It asks you like how you sleep. And if you're a hot or a cold sleeper, just really basic things about yourself. Yeah.
Asks you about if you wake up with back pain.
Yeah. Like Jake said, Helix Sleep has a quiz that takes 2 minutes to complete and matches your body type and sleep preferences to the perfect mattress for you.
That really undercuts what it is. You've heard of the bar exam?
Yes. A 24-hour test to make sure that you're competent enough to practice law.
Great. So you understand.
This is a sleep quiz.
Proceed.
If you go to helixsleep.com/ifIwereYou, you take that 2-minute sleep quiz and they'll match you to a customized mattress that'll give you the best sleep of your life.
Damn right.
They even offer exclusive discounts for teachers, students, military, and first responders.
Wow.
Helix is offering our listeners up to $200 off all mattress orders and 2 free pillows if you go to helixsleep.com/ifIwereYou.
Pillows. That's amazing. Can I say real quick?
Yeah.
I was at an Airbnb last week, right? I was at in a cabin upstate. Great time. But every single night I got into that bed and I dreaded it a little bit because the mattress was lumpy. It wasn't right. It wasn't right for my body because this person didn't pass the exam if they even took one. Do you know what I mean?
Unfortunately, yeah. You can only have a Helix at your house. It's hard to travel with it, but if you sleep at home most of the time, why don't you do yourself a service and go to helixsleep.com/ifIwereYou, perfect mattresses, and they're offering us, you listeners, $200 off all mattress orders, and then they'll also give you 2 free pillows.
It's amazing. I was literally on vacation and I couldn't wait to come back to my bed. Your bed should make you feel like that.
There you have it. So check them out. helixsleep.com/ifIwereYou. Thanks, Helix.
Thank you.
Thank you to Athletic Greens for sponsoring this episode of our show.
Yes. Look I'm holding it. I didn't even know we were recording this ad and I'm holding my Athletic Greens. I'm drinking it during the podcast.
Holy cow. And
that's right.
How does it taste?
Incredible. It's great. It makes me feel alert, alive, refreshed. It really makes me feel like I'm firing on all cylinders. That's why I have it while we're recording.
That's right. And it's lifestyle friendly. So even if you are keto, paleo, vegan, dairy-free, gluten-free, it's a great way to absorb their 75 high-quality vitamins, minerals, whole food source superfoods, probiotics, and adaptogens to help start your day.
And don't sleep on the packaging, the container that it comes in. It's a joy to see it in my fridge every day. It's a joy to have it in the fridge at the office. It's a sleek steel cylinder. Come on.
And it's a special blend of ingredients that supports your gut health, your nervous system, your immune system, your energy, recovery, focus, aging, all the things, all good, thanks to Athletic Greens.
Thank you.
And you can, try it yourself. Athletic Greens is going to give you a free 1-year supply of their immune-supporting vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase.
Great. I used the travel packs. I took them on the road. They were very useful.
All you have to do is go to athleticgreens.com/ifIwereYou. Again, that's athleticgreens.com/ifIwereYou to take ownership over your health and pick the ultimate daily nutritional insurance.
Cheers, folks.
It's green, so you know it's good for you, but it also tastes really good too. So check them out, Athletic Greens. Thank you.
Thanks.
And we are back. Jake, do you have any?
On to let's do the fight.
Mom, I'm coming.
Gross. Yeah, I do actually. Visit your local tailor.
Tailor? Tinker Tailor. Okay. What, like to get clothes hemmed?
Whatever.
Excuse me?
Pay a visit to a local merchant is what I'm saying.
No, you didn't. You
Tailor's
said
fine.
visit your tailor.
Cobbler will do.
So you're saying
no. Here's what I've been doing. Buying clothes on the cheap, secondhand, and then having them tailored to me rather than ordering clothes online.
What kind of clothes are you buying secondhand and having tailored?
Jeans, for one. Jeans, a pair of denim jeans. I
So-
also went to a store in Brooklyn that like sells. It's almost like workwear. You know how workwear is kind of in right now, but I have skinny little legs, so basically a slim fit pant will look loose enough on me. But I went to this store where I bought a pair of Carhartt pants, and then I had them tapered at the local tailor.
Tapered meaning to make skinnier?
Yeah. To make them a little skinnier, a little shorter, to fit my legs perfectly. It's not that expensive.
How much was it to tailor versus the price of the pant?
It was less to tailor. I think it was $17 to tailor the pants.
So you're saving money if the pant is cheaper than that.
Yeah, if I bought nice Carhartt pants on the Carhartt Work in Progress website, they're like $150. Instead, I bought them for $27 and tailored them for $17.
It's funny. Pants have changed styles since I bought a new pair. Like, I don't even know how to begin with pants now. Everything is kind of baggy again, right?
That's right. So like your tight pants, I'm wearing kind of tight pants right now, and I feel self-conscious when I do. I feel they're out of fashion.
Yeah. But now like pants are like high-waisted and like almost like bell-bottomy. Like they can be tight to your knee and they have to like go out a little bit. Right.
And I'm not going to do that because that's too much. I look weird when I do that, but I'm at least going to, I think during the winter, it's a weird time to wear the tight jeans. In the summer, you can still pull off tight jeans because you're wearing a t-shirt. You're not wearing a ton of clothes. But I think that like tight pants with at least here with like a big puffy jacket and a hat and gloves, you look, I don't know, like Humpty Dumpty or something. It's
like top heavy.
Yeah, it's weird. So anyway, yeah, I would recommend especially if you're buying the baggier pants. Because you still want you want them to fit your body, and not everything just fits your body automatically.
Yeah, I haven't been to a dry cleaner in so long. I can't remember the last time like I wore nice clothes and had to dry clean them.
Yeah, I have not been to a dry cleaner in a long time either. But the tailor's different. They just make your clothes fit better.
When was the last time you put on a tie? Last time you wore a suit?
I think I wore. Oh, for New Year's, I wore a suit, but no tie.
Has it been years pre-pandemic since the last time you had to put on a tie?
I think for the NADPOD finale, which we streamed in like May of 2020, we all got dressed up, and I believe I wore a tuxedo.
But I can't remember.
Well, I can't remember if it was a tuxedo or like a suit, but either way, I tied a bow tie.
Oh, okay. So yeah, 2.5 years ago, 1.5 years ago.
Yeah, I guess so.
It's been a while. I wonder if that'll have any implications in the world of fashion / how we feel sociologically putting on nice clothes again when we have to.
I mean, I think I always liked dressing up when you got to. It's like it was like a rare treat, but now it's even more of a rare treat. But people are like having weddings again, and you have to go to funerals. So there'll be an opportunity to wear a suit soon, whether it's a happy or a sad one. You'll be in one.
Thankfully, we're having a lot more funerals now, so we get to like dress up, wear like nice suits and stuff like that.
If you miss tying a tie, you'll tie one sad.
Here's a question we got, which probably rings very true for you. I can't eat in front of dates.
Yes, quite true.
This is from, let's say, famous restaurateur Wolfgang Puck.
Nice.
I have a problem Jake will be able to relate to, writes Wolfgang. I cannot eat in front of dates or new people in general. This goes a little further than Jake's thing because I get physically sick with just food / the smell of food in front of me. Any help would be greatly appreciated. What are some ways to avoid food dates? P.S. Do you think Matt Damon ever gets a 2 in Wordle and doesn't share it in the group chat?
Wow. I don't think he plays Wordle.
That's really cool.
That's my, I don't think I think he tried it once and he was like, oh, this is interesting. Huh, all right. Yeah. Got it in 3. Okay. What else?
That's really cool. You see, Damon is actually getting flack for seemingly the first time in his career for doing crypto.com commercials. Everyone's hating on him for doing those.
Yeah, he gets flack kind of a lot, though, actually. He puts his foot in his mouth a decent amount. The Matt Damon that we talk about on our podcast is different from I think it's a different one from the one that actually exists.
He's a dad now, so he can be slightly embarrassing.
Yeah. I mean, it was easy for me for years to avoid food dates. So I think it's no problem. You just, if a food date is suggested, you suggest something else. Often just start your dates later. If someone is like, oh yeah, like, should we meet somewhere at 7? You say, I can't, let's meet at like 8:30 or 9. And then you'll arrive having had. If you just plan your dates to start later, then dinner, it doesn't even become part of the equation.
Yeah. So, it's more of a drink situation.
Yeah. And then also, I mean, the not being able to eat because it makes you physically ill in front of people seems like a different issue. Maybe you could consult your trusted doctor.
Yeah, because how do you eat? Or do you only have meal replacement shakes?
Right. Or like, are you not, you're like, okay, eating alone and eating in front of people makes you so nervous that it makes you nauseous.
Yeah, is this a psychological problem? Something you can solve in therapy or something you have to get through with a nutritionist?
I think part of the thing that made me nervous about eating in front of people was that I'm a very wolfish eater. I'll eat fast and a lot, and I like to put a lot of food in my mouth because I like the way it feels. So
so you almost can't eat slow and politely with small bites, mouth closed, often like taking your time.
It's very hard for me to do. And I think to do it, it takes such a level of deep concentration that it made me feel like I was off on the dates because I'm thinking too much about eating. So another thing that you could do is basically eat a half meal before you go out. So when this is just if you have the same issue that I do, but you eat a half meal. So that way you're just not that hungry when the food comes out. You can eat only a portion of it. You can eat it very slowly. And it's, that's nice.
Did your family all grow up like wolfish eaters, or everyone's a very polite eater and then there was you and they just couldn't get through to you?
Everyone's normal but me. Even Micah's pretty normal. I'm the only one that eats fast and a lot. And I think maybe it was because I was such a picky eater when I was young that I'm trying to like make up for lost time now.
Try to like shove food into your mouth because there's not a lot of it that you like.
Yeah. And I used to I would jokingly blame it on the fact that there were a lot of kids in my family and we all had to fight for the food at the table. But the truth is I never ever ate what everyone else was eating. I always had my own food and I was so picky.
You had your own trough of penne with butter.
Right. My mom made pasta. I would have butter noodles on the side.
You couldn't even have this red sauce.
That's right. Yeah. I didn't like sauce. I used to have, my mom would make pizza and I'd peel off the cheese and wipe off all the sauce with a napkin and then put the cheese back.
And I used to make sure that she watched me. Oh, mother, you failed yet again.
You made it saucy. Tisk, tisk, mommy.
I requested a white pie, mommy. Wiping it on your shirt. Uh-oh. Spaghetti.
Looks like someone has to do the laundry again, mommy.
And don't use bleach, mother. You know my skin gets irritated.
That's so smart for an 8-year-old.
Jesus. How do you know so much about home ec?
Devious.
Here's another question about food.
Okay.
24-year-old from Utah.
Cool.
Mormon Joe Mormon Tana writes, my birthday is tomorrow. I'm turning 24 and I'm throwing a crawfish broil tonight with all my buddies. The problem is no one is wanting to pitch in and help me with the costs. I mean, give me a fucking break. It's my goddamn birthday and I'm having to pay for everything. Should I throw a pussy fit and send out a Venmo request from these fuckers, or should I just swallow the costs and have some fun with the boys for my birthday? Also, fuck you, Amir. I just figured out all your prank wars were staged. Anyways, much
sorry
love.
about that.
Do you like crawfish broil?
Yeah, that sounds great.
Now you do.
Mm-hmm.
But growing up, you wouldn't be into that.
Yeah, no. And I think actually for some reason when I was like 10, 11, or 12, I did find out that I liked shrimp. So I ate it a lot.
You can have that. But like crawfish. I would have like
that's shrimp cocktail.
Oh, wow. That's a pretty intense process. Don't you have to like break these like fish and suck the meat out? Yeah. There's some shell cracking, I believe. Yeah, I'm not into that at all. I don't know if it's because I grew up without eating that stuff, but that stuff kind of grosses me out now.
Right. I mean, in your culture, crawfish, they're looked at as bottom feeders. You think they're not unsavory.
I didn't grow up eating lobster and shrimp and all that stuff. And like the crawfish is just like, they like just dump it out on the table, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think it depends. I think that's what a crawfish broil is. Let me look at a picture real quick.
The corn part looks good.
Sure it's not a... I'm seeing crawfish boil, not necessarily broil.
Oh, really? He was writing broil. What is a broil versus a boil?
Well, a boil is cooked in a pot. A broil would be cooked, I guess, in a broiling is when the oven is putting the heat down from the top. So it seems kind of crazy that you'd be broiling the crawfish.
Yeah, so it is a crawfish boil. That's the one with like the red fish and corn is in there and random potatoes.
Yeah, lots of seasoning. Oh, hell yeah.
I could get into the potatoes and the corn. I don't necessarily care for these giant mollusks.
Right. They certainly look like cicada bugs. So you have to just kind of like steel your mind to not think of them as insects of the sea. But they are tasty, so I'm able to do it. There's always some moment like the crab ones. That's where like where you have to like rip off the shell from the top,
hammer it. Don't you have to hammer it?
Yeah, that always starts to feel a little nasty, but I like the way it tastes. So
if somebody can debone it, that would be great for me.
Right. If you just had like a plate of crab meat that had been like picked, then you'd be happy. You don't mind the way it tastes.
Can I just do the corn? I really just want the corn.
And don't bleach my shirt, please, mother.
Can you invite people to a birthday dinner and expect them to pay?
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, he's turning 24?
Yeah.
I think people just get more mature as they age. It's like now, if I'm going to someone's birthday dinner, you would be like, oh, you don't pay. It's your birthday.
Right.
But it's hard to teach a group of 24-year-olds manners. I don't think that it's unreasonable of you to ask. I don't think it's unreasonable of you to throw out a Venmo request. But I think that there's a very real chance that everybody's going to be a little dickling about it. And you're just going to have to wait till your 26th, 27th birthday for your friends to be cool.
Unless you stipulate beforehand, hey guys, I'm having a crawfish boil for my birthday.
Mm-hmm.
And it'll be $38 a person. Are you in?
Yeah. I mean, I think anybody being like, fuck you, you can't Venmo request me. And then you just like send a photo of the receipt. It's like, okay, so this was all on me. I just fed you guys. I spent $200 on shrimp.
Yeah.
It would be basically, you're so firmly in the right that it'd be crazy if they denied you. That said, they might. So 24-year-old guys can be like that.
Yeah. But the positive is that you're still 24 and that's cool. Yeah. So like you have to pay for crawfish, but also you have 6 more years of your 20s. So like, and take the good with the bad.
What you can do is as your friends' birthdays come up, you take them out. You say, hey, like it's an easier position to convince all your friends like, hey, it's Johnny's birthday. We should all chip in for a nice dinner. And then That way on your 25th birthday, it's been a year of everyone chipping in and it comes back to you.
Yeah.
So you might not be able to kick off the theme with your own birthday, but you kick it off with the next guy's birthday.
But that's
and then
hard
by next
because
year,
it's like they didn't pay for mine and now I got to break the cycle by paying for theirs.
that's not that hard. It's just it's the cycle. It doesn't start with you. It ends with you. So it's not the cycle. It's like no one got their 24th birthday paid for. We started at 25.
Have you been to Red Lobster?
Yes.
Is it good?
I thought it was very, very good when I was 12, and I haven't been back since.
Yeah. Mass chain restaurant lobster.
My brother said that he went relatively recently, like within the last few years, and he said it was very good.
Wow.
I remember that like their bread is kind of special.
Yeah, the cheddar bay biscuits.
I'm sure it's not as bad as people like joke about it being, but it's probably not that good.
Yeah.
Like it's in line with Applebee's or TGI Fridays or Chili's, I'd imagine. I used to think that Chili's was the best restaurant in the world. And I've been to Chili's since, and it's not.
Yeah. Now I know Applebee's is the best, then TGI Fridays, and Chili's is third. So
yeah,
you sort
nothing's better than Friendly's.
As you grow up, your taste palate gets refined. I had
now
dinner
I'm a Bennigan's man
at a Chili's too, because I have
to
high
go.
class. All right, let's take a break. Thanks some more sponsors. Answer some more questions after these words.
Yeah.
Thank you to Squarespace for sponsoring this episode of our program.
Damn right.
One of our longest sponsors.
Yes, day one.
Which is good because we use and love Squarespace. It's the simplest, easiest, most affordable way to build a professional-looking website.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I've used Squarespace many times over.
Yeah, they have, e-commerce functionality. Jake, you sell stuff online.
Sure do.
They have 24/7 customer support. They have analytics, email campaigns, anything you want. You can even buy a domain name through Squarespace.
Huge news.
Yeah. So, for example, Jake, what can people buy at the time of recording?
WordleNewYorkTimes.com. That's correct.
Seems kind of, risky.
Well, it's not
long.
that risky. No, because NYT Wordle, New York Times Wordle, NYT's Wordle, all taken. You can park Wordle New York Times. By the way, Wordle NYT, taken. So I think it shows that there's value. It shows that there's value there because all of the domains that are tangentially related, all of those alternate domains have been scooped up. And New York Times bought Wordle for the low 7 figures. Okay. So there's value in this. There's a monetary value here.
Yeah.
That's a value add.
You're a toxic dude. So much so that I'm going to put you on my website, toxicdudes.com.
Wow. That's good.
It's just a list of toxicdudes.com.
You should be on there.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, right.
More like I shouldn't be on there because I'm the owner of the website, so I'll never put myself on there. And it's still available, so I'm going to go purchase it right now, actually.
Someone else might actually purchase it first and then put you there, and you'll be the only toxic dude on there.
So what can you do to get your own Squarespace website? You can go to squarespace.com/ifiwereyou. And then when you're ready to launch, you just use that coupon code IFIWEREYOU for 10% off their low, low prices.
Damn.
It's that easy, folks. Just go to squarespace.com/ifiwereyou. And then, of course, when you're ready to launch, just use that offer code IFIWEREYOU for 10% off.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Squarespace. Thank you to Diet Smoke for sponsoring this episode of our show.
That is correct. Thank you.
We've all been there before. You have an edible and you don't know how much weed is in there, quite frankly, and it gets you a little too high.
Yeah. Every time I'm eating an edible, someone is like, oh, here's a little gummy. Only eat a corner of it. Only eat one tiny little bite. Eat it like a chipmunk and you'll be fine.
Don't eat the whole cookie. Break it up into sixths and have a bite every hour.
That's right.
So Diet Smoke recognized that problem and figured out when you need that perfect medium high, Diet Smoke has you covered because they have delicious Delta 8 THC gummies.
Very nice. Yeah, I usually want a light to medium. Medium.
Delta 8 is a slightly less potent THC. The THC that you're probably familiar with is Delta 9, and while both are natural to the cannabis plant, Diet Smoke extracts their Delta 8 from hemp. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Diet Smoke is legal in most states, and it's non-prescription. You just have to check Diet Smoke's website to see if they ship their delicious gummies to your state.
Perfect.
So it still gets you high, but not that, too high situation.
Yeah,
they get
not that I can't move high.
Yeah, they said it's in between the chillness of CBD and that classic stoned feeling that you get with regular weed. So
Cool.
If you're interested in that, Diet Smoke comes in 2 delicious flavors, blue raspberry and watermelon, and each gummy is infused with 10 milligrams of Delta 8 THC derived from American-grown hemp.
Perfect.
So if you're interested in that, go to dietsmoke.com and use the promo code IFIREU for 20% off your first order.
Boom.
That's dietsmoke.com, promo code IFIREU, all one word, for 20% off. And as a special offer, Diet Smoke's coupon code can be used on every order.
Whoa.
Yeah. Diet
That's
Smoke's
cool.
Delta 8 THC gummies are not for use or sale to people under the age of 21, so please use responsibly.
Duh.
Thank you, Diet Smoke.
Thanks.
And we are back. Jake, we got one last question.
Let's do it.
This one is about pets and sex.
Very cool. Very cool.
So we'll call this person, who's a 23-year-old going to school in West Virginia, Kevin Pitsnoggle.
Cool. I remember Pitsnoggle.
That's right, Kevin Pitsnoggle, an old West Virginian basketball player, I think.
Yeah.
I'm a 23-year-old going to school in West Virginia. Have you ever been to West Virginia? It's one of the few states I don't think I've ever been to.
I have been to. I've been there. Road trips. I've never specifically tried to go to West Virginia, but I've been there multiple times.
West Virginia is where he's from, and I've been with my girlfriend for about 1.5 years now and recently got a cat. And one day my girlfriend tried to initiate sex while the kitten was still in the room. I said I was uncomfortable and didn't want to have sex. Fast forward a few months and a few more times of me not wanting to fuck while this animal was in the room. The cat situation was recently brought up in an argument as ammo against me. I guess my question is, do you guys have sex in front of pets? And on a scale of 1 to fun, how bad is it that my girlfriend uses a time when I didn't consent to having sex against me? She said no to sex, and I never bring that up in an argument, let alone use it as leverage. Thanks for your help. P.S. Jake was one of the few people to ever pronounce my name right on the first try during a miniature painting stream. And that's Golden Mike worthy.
Well, wow. I already got the posthumous Golden Mike today, but I'll shower them on myself. Yeah, I'll take one IRL as well. Thank you.
that didn't even happen on our
chuffed. Yeah. Well, tough.
Yeah, it seems like there's a lot of baggage in this email. Like, she used it against me. I never used this against her. Can I use it against her? I like the idea of ammo. She waited 1 year and brought it up.
Well, I mean, that just means that it didn't sit well. And I think that that's not necessarily the idea that resentment comes from a place of hurt and shame. So you have to think about it like, whether she's right or wrong, that probably was a blow to her ego that made her feel bad.
Yeah.
And she's bringing it up now as ammo, and that makes you mad. But if you go to the root of it, it's pain, sadness, hurt. So that should at least allow you to be a little more compassionate. I'm not saying that she is right to bring it up. I'm just telling you where it's coming from. Part number 2. I think you can have sex in front of a cat or get the cat out of the room. There had to have been some other reason that you didn't want to have sex, I think.
Yeah.
The cat doesn't need to be in the room unless you live in a studio, in which case you have to have sex in front of the cat.
Have you been frisky / amorous in front of a pet before? Did it bother you? Did it matter?
Yes, I've had sex with like a dog fucking trying to kill me because I had
sex with a dog. Let's cut that part out.
No.
Let's actually clip it out. Quite frankly, Grayson, if you're listening,
I'm saying,
let's do it from
Grayson,
I had sex with a dog. and then backwards 45 seconds.
The way, if you want to get me completely out of context, you can say I had sex with a dog trying to kill me. It would still work. I'm saying I had sex with a woman while her dog was kind of running amok, being like, "You're hurting my owner," which I was not doing. It was normal. So
I resent the dog's accusation, actually, and so did she.
Yeah, I'm saying like, I don't know. Yeah. I think that you can have sex in front of the animal. Have you not ever had sex in front of an animal?
I'm sure I have. It's funny because our dog, for whatever reason, like senses when frisky behavior is afoot and leaves the room, and he never leaves us alone. Like, I don't know how we trained Luke to feel the quiet shame of needing privacy, but he's polite.
It's just polite.
It's weird. Like he doesn't ever leave us alone.
Need some space.
And it's like, oh, something is happening. I'm out. And then as soon as it ends, as soon as it's over, runs right back in. He senses this shit.
He knows when you climax. He runs
knows
back in
when
to dap
you're
you
awake.
up.
He's like Santa Claus in that regard.
I feel like you can kind of make a pet by pet call on this, because like if I feel like if the pet is engaged, like watching, then it's a little weird. But if the pet is like indifferent, it's fine.
Yeah.
And
there's different levels of pet in the room. Is it like a cat in the corner staring at a wall, or is it like a dog who's like trying to get in on the action, like humping your leg while humping is happening?
Yeah. And that's, also remember you're in charge. Like, I guess the question is really about like, was she right to bring this up? But in a way, I don't think she was. I don't think it was right to bring this up in a different argument to be like, throwing things in your face. That's never a healthy way to argue. So you wait till things cool down and you just talk about how you guys are going to have arguments and say that you want them to be about the thing that's happening now, and to not bring up old stuff, which is fair. And that all that said, you're the boss, and your pets, if they're watching you have sex, have to leave the room. You're in charge. Your behavior shouldn't change.
You're the alpha.
Yeah. You're the man, whatever your name is, which I pronounced correctly the first time I read it.
Yeah. And as you tell your girlfriend that, she's stroking the cat. Anything you can say in front of me, you can say in front of Toonses. Isn't that right, you sweet little girl?
Toonses. Oh, I hate that.
Would you rather have sex in front of a cat or a dog?
Cat, for sure.
Yeah, cats are more passive. They seem like they don't give a shit about that kind of stuff.
They're just, I think there's something very human about a dog's eyes.
As they stare at you longingly. They want to join in on the action. They want to play too.
Grayson, you can cut that out.
And keep it in, actually. Make that the entire
so
episode.
we can share it. Okay,
oh, yeah. So we can get kicked off of TikTok. Yeah, thanks so much for listening, everybody. And thanks for watching. We're still doing these as video episodes. Shout out to John Grimm for editing and Grayson for making the social media assets for those.
Tell you what, it's worth watching on YouTube just for us dancing in the beginning, because we have to listen to the theme song on video, and there's nothing else for us to do except to dance together.
That's right. So it starts with a dancing fit, and it ends with a little bit of dancing too. Thanks to Audrey Scott for that theme song at the top and bottom of this episode. Thanks to you guys for writing in. The email address, if you want to also send us an email, a question, a theme song, is iworyoushow@gmail.com.
Correct.
And there's more videos of us on our Patreon, patreon.com/JA. We're watching old episodes. We're posting some Jake and Amir's before they go on YouTube. There's a lot of fun to be had. And now's the time to sign up, because it's the beginning of the month.
Yes, that's right. It's beginning of the month, and we've been doing this for several years. Yeah. So if you haven't done it yet, there's a long backlog, a very long backlog for you.
All right, sweet. We will, of course, be back next week. And one more time, here is Audrey Scott of Hex Boyfriend.
Great new name. Thanks, Audrey.
Let's listen to this whole thing. And 3, 2, 1.
Is it a rough spot that you're going through? Are you distraught? Just a little confused? Well, if I were you, and Jake and Amir will give you their spin. They've heard it before and they can help in a pinch. If I were you, I'd email him.
Perfect.
That was a Headgum original.